For more free African history resources, please go directly to our website or click the links below.
Egyptian Magic, Heka, Part 2. Now the Africans of ancient Egypt believed that words in themselves could also be considered divine, whether they were written or spoken. Indeed, we find a similar concept within the Christian Bible in Proverbs 18 verse 21, where it states the tongue has the power of life and death. For the Egyptians, to know the name of something meant to have a form of power over it. The Egyptians believed that the replication of an image, name or event could bring about a desired effect in the real world. For example, Egyptian imagery often depicts the king or pharaoh destroying enemies and maintaining Marat, order. Religious texts describe foreigners beneath the feet of the king, and the Egyptians actually made sandals, footstools, and the royal dais with images of enemies upon it. Thus, Heka makes the symbolic ritual action effective. Wax figures like voodoo dolls were used by individuals as proxies to do harm to another individual or enemies. Voodoo or Vodum is an ancient West African spiritual system which is still practiced within the modern-day countries of Togo, Benin, Ghana, Nigeria, Haiti, Cuba, and the other islands of the Caribbean. Within voodoo, all creation is considered divine and therefore contains the power of the divine. Spiritual knowledge across the entire continent of Africa was from the beginning of time regarded with respect, admiration, and esteem. The Africans of ancient Egypt utilized magical spells. For example, a spell called the Rite for Repelling the Angry One states, if this spell is recited against an enemy of X, evil will happen to him for 7 days. The Egyptians also believed in apotropaic magic. Apotropaic magic is also known as protective magic. Apotropaic magic is a type of magic intended to turn away harm or evil influences, such as deflecting misfortune or averting the evil eye. Apotropaic magic is so common in Egyptian imagery that we see it in every image of a pharaoh. For example, the golden uraeus, or cobra, on the brow of the king was thought to represent the king embodying the power of the goddess Wadjet. Wadjet was a spiritual being who was said to be the matron and protector of Lower Egypt, and upon unification with Upper Egypt, the joint protector and patron of all of Egypt. The image of Wadjet with the sun disk, also called the uraeus, was the emblem on the crown of the rulers of Lower Egypt. Childbirth and fertility were indeed important concerns in the ancient African world. Ancient Egyptians believed that pregnant women and small children had to be protected from the ghosts of women who had died in labor and may be vengeful. It was believed that midwives could help protect women and small children through spells, amulets, and herbal remedies. Descriptions concerning Heka are frequently seen in funerary texts and inscriptions as a power which guides the soul of the deceased to the afterlife and is often mentioned in medical texts and spells. In the present day, many peoples and cultures do not associate magic with medicine, but for the ancient Egyptians, the two were almost one discipline. The African text called the Ebers Papyrus, written in 1550 BC, and one of the most complete medical texts extant, claims that medicine is effective with magic just as magic is effective with medicine. The Ebers Papyrus is a 110-page scroll, which is about 20 meters long. The Ebers Papyrus is written in hieratic Egyptian writing and represents the most extensive and best preserved record of ancient Egyptian medicine known. Now, since disease was thought to have a supernatural origin, a supernatural defense was the best course. Egyptian doctors, also known as priests of Heka, were thought to be invoking real powers to effect a cure for a patient which was sick. As we shall see, Heka was also utilized by the Africans in daily life. you.